Hey, welcome to my channel. My name is Paula and in today's video, let's once again dig into luxury brands no one actually talks about. I'm fairly certain that in this video, where I'm planning on lifting two luxurious actual heritage brands, that there's a big chance you haven't even heard of them. Well, at least I hadn't heard of them before I stumbled on them. I have previously also made quite a number of videos talking about different designer and luxury brands that are not hyped and popular over the social media, probably not even mentioned. Some of them might be familiar to some, but probably not. And personally, because I love talking about handbags, but also looking at them, touching them, learning about them, and just in general admiring everything that it is when it comes to quality handbags, this is somewhat of like a deep interest of mine to actually find brands that are not overly saturated and really not talked about and just kind of lift them up. It might be that it's kind of their brand strategy of not gift items to influencers and not gain popularity that way. They probably want to stay true to their own brand and heritage and are not really interested in that type of marketing. Just me guessing. If that's the case, then I think it's great, but I still wanted to share what I found, and especially these two brands. I am quite obsessed, and I absolutely wanted to share those with you. So in this video, we are looking at two luxury brands that have been around over 100 years, but no one actually talks about them. Let's go. First, we're gonna go into England, so to the United Kingdom, and talk about the brand called Tusting. So their story actually starts already in the 1870s. So what, 150 years ago. And their core business was shoemaking, leather shoemaking, handcrafted. And the kind of story began with the invention of the sewing machines, because prior to that, you obviously needed to manually sew all the stiff leather parts when it comes to shoes. But around that time when the sewing machines actually gained popularity, they were invented, that speeded up the process. And that's kind of how the brand got started making quality shoes. Now moving on to the First World War. So at that time, the original grandfather of the family died and the family tannery was sold. And their grandson, who was serving in the war, decided to actually found a new leather tannery to their home village, and that is still existing. So up until 1970s, the Tusting brand was focused on handcrafted leather shoes, made in England, beautiful quality. But during the 70s, there was an inflation, and this type of craftsmanship got into trouble because of no one was anymore looking to buy these type of expensive luxuries that are handcrafted shoes. And that's when they did some changes to their lines and also introduced leather goods, meaning bags. And I have to say that I think the story is quite beautiful. They have been true to their core, which is handcrafting beautiful quality leather pieces and doing it in England. So that I think is wonderful in today's day and age. Of course, the leathers might come from another part of the world, but still they are put together in England. And I have to say that the bags that they have are classic, timeless pieces. They have beautiful colors, and I got truly obsessed with some of them because I think they are very wearable. No matter about your age or anything like that, they are classic and very, very timeless looking pieces. And I mean, yeah, I got intrigued. I don't know what else to say. They look beautiful. So let's have a look at a few of their items. For that, I will lift my laptop so that I will say the names correctly. So let's start with this mini holly bag. They also have a holly bag, which is obviously bigger size of this. I think this is adorable and very wearable also today, but still has all the classic elements. Beautiful leather, it has a top handle, a flap where you have this like turn lock thing, so it is quite secure. It comes with a crossbody strap, and there is many beautiful colors in this, or then the bigger size if that would be the preference, depending on how much stuff you need to carry with you. I think this is beautiful. Also on their website, they have a story of how this bag model has come to life, which was really interesting to read about, just because adding the extra detail on things. And wanting to mention, their pieces are also, you can personalize them. So adding in initials or whatnot, I think that's also a really nice touch, especially if you're looking for an forever piece, I guess, and not willing to sell them. So this is the first one. Then the Kimbleton. Oh, beautiful work bag. And I'm assuming this actually fits like a 13-inch laptop. I think this is beautiful, and especially this oxblood color. I'm a tad obsessed with that shade. I don't know what it is, but it's truly amazing. And I think this just so chic, so wearable. It's also possible to clip a longer strap to it and have it like on your shoulder or whatnot. Oh, amazing. The Cardington. I think this bag model is so timeless. So many luxury brands actually offer this shape of a bag. It is beautiful, and there was also 2 sizes available for this. Also looking at this more like brown shade color, don't know what that is. Then there are a few tote bags. So first is this suede Alice tote. Oh, beautiful. I think suede in material is such like luscious looking. I'm just terrified in my climate of what's gonna happen to suede when stuff comes down from the sky. But if I wouldn't be living in this climate, I'm sure I would be already having some kind of suede tote bag, because they just like slouch so beautifully. Another tote is this Savannah one, which I really love the handles and how they are sewn into this type of more like a diagonal way, so that it's not a classic tote, but it's just very, very beautiful. And it says that it is very lightweight. Of course, that I don't know. But anyway, I think there is like a small detail that makes this into a beautiful tote, but it's still a very classic looking one, and definitely a functional one. So yeah, just a beautiful. And what I loved about this brand is that there is not like 1,000 different bag models and styles on their website. There were actually just a handful of different styles, and then looking more deeper into them, there might be different sizes and then different colors, and they are clearly focusing on some quality. And I just don't understand why I haven't heard of this brand, and I'm pretty sure there are other similar ones as well out there. But I'm truly obsessed with this brand. Next, we're moving into France and obviously Paris. This is Pourchet. Wow, I'm really sorry. Pourchet, Paris. I'm really sorry that I'm probably not pronouncing the brand correctly. This is from 1903, when the brand was originally founded, and this brand was actually focusing on small handbags from the beginning, creating them all through the decades. Already in the 1950s, they created a kind of an it bag for that time, kind of reminding of the other beautiful top handle bags from that time. Moving on to 1970s, they actually also have their own printed canvas, as do many other brands, that was used mainly on travel items. And the kind of details on this was red, green, and navy, if I remember correctly. So this type of like quilting on that canvas. And yeah, I haven't obviously touched that's canvas, but there are still some handbags sold with this material, which is quite cute, quite nice. And looking at the kind of details on that canvas, it actually looks quite chic, and I definitely could see myself having luggage in that type of print, but yeah, wanted to just kind of lift that. And throughout the decades, they have made beautiful classic looking handbags that could still be worn today. So beautiful, beautiful styles. And if we are now gonna jump into looking at some of their handbags, and I have to say there are actually quite many. So kind of difference with the first brand that I mentioned that had mainly like a few that they focused. This brand has a big variety. And one cool thing is the price level. So this is priced more on the kind of contemporary side, even though they have beautiful leathers and beautiful designs. The price level is not that bad, I would say. So let's jump in. They have some models with this type of top handle thingy. They have the carrot, not sure if that's how it is pronounced. And also the Sèvres bag, which also has a crossbody strap and many colors. I think these are very wearable for every day, also for a bit fancier evening. And the price level is less than 300 euros, so 200 something, which I think is amazing. The daily bag actually reminds me a bit of Longchamp. So if someone would want a tad different looking item than the Longchamp super popular totes, I think this looks beautiful. It has a zipper, leather handles, and the colors are really beautiful. And this looks actually really practical for 150 euros. Is that a good price for nylon? I guess in today's world, it is. But this looks like a really practical for the travel. Going into more work appropriate, the Hebdo bag. This also has this type of straps where they go a bit diagonally on the bag, and maybe this is the same thing that attracted me in the Tusting brand. But the point is that this is 310 euros versus the Savannah tote from the first brand was 900 euros. I mean, there probably is a difference with handcrafting in England and not handcrafting in France, I'm assuming. But still, I think this is beautiful, and it is a classic tote, but with something extra, and they have some beautiful colors. Also looking at work bags, Trianon, probably not how it's pronounced. This looks stunning, and if this would actually fit a 13-inch laptop, I think this would just be amazing work bag. And I don't know if it fits, I haven't looked at the measurements, but having this type of top handle that is a tad longer, so it is definitely possible to carry on crook of your arm. Just so chic. It has a detail on the front, it has a few compartments where you can compartmentalize things. Just so beautiful. 330 euros. Where have I been with this brand? Now, they also, as I mentioned, do still sell items with their printed canvas, and this type of tote with a zipper is 155 euros. So I would imagine this is a quite good like travel tote, or then even for work, because you can have a zipper and then it will be a bit more weatherproof. Kind of interested and intrigued. Have beautiful colors, also the navy with red and green, as is the classic color combination for the brand. Now, moving to these beautiful leather woven bags. You probably can guess why I'm a sucker for these. Hello, Bottega obsession. The Blossom. I think there is just like something super beautiful. The bottom of the bag has this leather weaving. It has top handles, and it also has a crossbody strap. This comes in many different sizes. So super pretty. Just absolutely stunning. They also have the Blossom bag in other variations than just the like leather woven. So for instance, this that has the leather details around it, but then the center of the bag is different structure and material. Also super pretty. 190 euros. Like, what's gonna happen? Also, if someone was looking for a hobo bag, they have this magnet bag for 285 euros, which a leather, I'm assuming this could actually even fit a laptop in it, just carrying on the shoulder. Beautiful, like draping of the leather on the top of the bag. Well, that's at least how I'm looking at the picture. I don't know obviously how it acts in real life, but super pretty. And those were just a few of the bags that they have on their site. So many beautiful different bag models, styles, colors. And the price point I think is actually pretty decent. So we'll see if I'm gonna tip my toes in either of these, because I couldn't wait actually to film this video for you. I was first thinking if I will find even more brands, because usually I've had like 4 to 5 brands in these type of videos. But I honestly wanted to just focus on these two because I'm obsessed and I wanted to share, and maybe you could get obsessed as well. And I don't know how many times I've actually used the word obsessed in this video. So, well, maybe that just like describes how I'm feeling right now. Have you heard of either of these brands? And more importantly, do you own anything from these brands? Are they worth looking into deeper? Because I am definitely curious and obsessed. Thank you for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.